CFO and go after them and really, like a tabletop, is keep them on his toe and make them agile. So this book kind of describes what Microsoft does and some other companies called solution selling. And what the solution sell acronym is DRAMA, and it represents demonstrate, recommend, arithmetic, measure, assure. So I'm going to go through those key points, and this system will set you up for the closing of the sale if you get that far. So the first one, demonstrate, is make demonstrations easy to understand. Come up with a demo that can quickly make the key points of your product evident to the person you're selling to. Also, when you prepare a demonstration, we've had a lot of problems in the past with demonstrations failing because of PowerPoint issues. Make sure that never happens. That looks really, really bad. If you go up there and your computer is not working, have a backup plan at all times. Also, be able to quickly set up your demo in terms of what the company expects. If you're doing a PowerPoint, it may take, say, a PowerPoint demonstration may take, to set up, 30 minutes. However, if you're working for Boeing Aircraft and you're demonstrating how your product works, it may take 2 weeks. They may, a demonstration of a product, it's just dependent upon what they expect. But most companies don't want to have you come in their building and set up for like 2 hours. You have to have everything ready and make sure the demonstration can be set up in a reasonable length of time. Then recommend, that's the second point. You try to be an advisor. You try to be someone who's confident. You're trying to recommend a solution. You're not trying to shove ideas down their throat. You're positioning someone who's helping the company. You're positioning as like you're a benefit to the company. You're an asset to the company. If you just look like you're trying to shove a product and run, then this phase of the selling process, I think you'll be a failure. I think everybody's had a person walk up to the door and try to get money off you, and by speaking to you really quickly and trying to give you all these ideas and not understanding who you are, not understanding what you need. So the recommendation phase is very important. Then they call it arithmetic phase. All that is the numbers phase, where what am I going to gain from this product? You usually have spreadsheets. Say you can propose, if you get our product, you'll lower your personnel count by 5 people. You'll be able to increase sales by 20% and get the arithmetic in their head, the numbers that make sense to the CFO and the people who are really running the company, who care about the persons. Also, the next thing is measurement. Be sure that you don't shove spec sheets in their face and talk about Pentiums and serial ports and gizmos and gadgets and this and that, whatever. You'll have people, their heads spinning. What you really need to do is say how the features of your product directly relate to their business and how it'll be more productive. So you're going to give a matrix of features and how it helps you be more productive. A lot of people, like if you're not in engineering, people don't want to hear specs. In engineering, we talk a lot about specs, and it's very important because that's how we communicate. But a lot of people want to talk about how the specs relate to their business processes. Like if I was selling you a PC, I'm not talking about how fast the PC is necessarily. I'm talking, the reason you're going to spend an extra $1,000 is because the transactions per minute increase by 10,000, and therefore those numbers and those features that I relate to productivity then alert you that, oh, that's worth it. I think I can understand that. Like for instance, I'll give you an example of that. Sirius Radio, why would you ever want a satellite radio? I mean, it sounds neat, but you say, well, do you travel a lot? Yeah. Do you drive in your car 60 hours a week? Well, then satellite radio is for you because you like CNN, right? You can listen to CNN 24/7, and then you convince the person, not because it's satellite, because that feature relates to something that's going to make their life more productive or better. And then last, assurance. You have to assure that you have to build assurance. You have to listen to the buyer, and you have to build a friendship with the buyer, as we said before. always check for nervousness, anxiety, frustration, him giving you dazed looks, not really listening to you. If that's happening, obviously you're not doing a very good job. Make sure also there are no surprises. Be diligent, make sure you've explained the product very clearly, because maybe you have to make the final presentation. And if there's a surprise in the final presentation, like it's an extra 10,000, what are you talking about? That type of thing, they're gonna blow you off. They're gonna say, take a hike, they're gonna get angry. So you have to build assurance. So that's the solution cell drama. So let me go over that again. It's, excuse me. It's demonstrate, recommend, arithmetic, measure, and assure. And you can get a lot of books on these topics. And don't think that's just the only way to really do a sale. So it isn't. So now you've done all these things, and you're ready to make the close. And the closing is usually you see the light at the end of the tunnel, but you can still screw up. So when you're ready to close, you have to make sure you have all the numbers, everything there, because they're going to constantly ask you over and over again for the same thing. It's very frustrating. They're going to say, the one guy's going to come in who, like the CFO, he's going to ask you for something. The president's going to come in, and this guy's going to come in, and they're going to ask you, and maybe you have to go through a couple meetings, and the next thing you know, that if you don't have everything prepared and ready, you'll get confused. So make sure you have everything ready and accessible to redo the presentations, the numbers, and all the specifications related to the features and how it's going to help their company. Also, remember that when you implement your product, if your product takes training, remember to make them understand what type of personnel will have to be available to implement the product. Warranty agreement. Make sure, remember all the objections he had in case they come up again, so you can address them over and over again like you're going to have to. Because there will be the same objections over, and you have to say, yes, we talked about that. Remember, we said that was, we can overcome by another product. Also, remember to pound in cost savings. Keep saying, this is a great product. We know it's going to make your company better. Just don't say it the same way each time. Maybe pose it in a little different way. And always keep researching the company. Never stop researching, because it could be also upsell additional products you could sell. Provide how the competition's product will not be as good as yours, just in case they're working with the competition at the same time. Always remember you have to keep your flanks open, because the competition is also at the same time trying to close as well. And they're probably just working with 3 companies at the same time, and you have to always be aware of that's happening. So I think that I'm experienced enough at sales that I'm good at it, but I'm not excellent. I think that if you want to become excellent, there's a series of steps that I understand that most people go through. First of all, there's programs like Dale Carnegie that you can take, and I think they're very expensive, but like Boeing and some of the companies sponsor them, and you can learn all these sales strategies and how to become better at sales. There's lots of literature on it, lots of things over the web, and mostly sales is about handling rejection and not being scared. It's like public speaking. It's very scary to get in front of the president of the company and say, will you please buy the company? He says, why the hell should I buy that product? You know, and a lot of people get scared of rejection. So anyways, I'll wrap it up by saying, if you want to sell, you can make lots of money, but it's lots of work, and it's lots of pain and heartache at times. But for a lot of the sales reps I know, it's well worth it. Thank you.